Right now, if you look out your window or think about your daily commute, you'll see the material that holds the modern world together: reinforced concrete. We look at our massive overpasses, colossal dams, and mirrored skyscrapers and feel an unwavering pride. We've been taught to consider our materials engineering as the absolute peak of human intelligence. You trust your life to these structures every single day. But there is a dark secret the construction industry tries to hide at all costs. Our concrete has an expiration date. A modern concrete and steel bridge built with billions of dollars in cutting-edge technology starts showing structural cracks in less than 20 years. Rainwater seeps in, reaches the steel mesh inside, and the metal begins to rust, expand, and break the concrete apart from the inside out. In 50 years, the structure requires massive repairs. In 100 years, it's at risk of total collapse. We have been conditioned to believe we build eternal fortresses, but the truth is the modern world is a house of cards with a countdown timer. We have lost the fundamental ability to create materials that survive the test of time. We assume with our typical modern arrogance that the great civilizations of the past only managed to leave ruins behind because they used crude stones and lacked access to today's complex chemistry. We believe that modern Portland cement, patented in the 19th century, was the great invention that saved us from the Stone Age. But historical truth humiliatingly shatters that certainty. If you travel to the coast of Italy today, you will see ports and piers built by the Roman Empire that have been submerged in aggressive, salty seawater for over 2,000 years. While our modern marine concrete is corroded and destroyed by the sea in mere decades, Roman concrete hasn't just survived 2 millennia of pounding waves, hurricanes, and salt. Recent chemical tests have proven the impossible. It is actually getting stronger with every passing century. The Pantheon in Rome holds the largest unreinforced concrete dome on the planet, standing perfectly intact after 2,000 years of earthquakes. Modern engineering cannot explain how an ancient civilization managed to create an indestructible synthetic rock while we can barely make an overpass last a single generation. For decades, modern scientists looked at samples of Roman concrete under microscopes and noticed something strange: small white stones known as lime clasts scattered throughout the mix. The entire scientific community assumed the Romans were just sloppy. They thought those white rocks were simply flaws in the cement mixture, a mistake made by a primitive civilization that didn't know how to mix mortar properly. But in 2023, MIT researchers finally cracked the code, and what they discovered was an otherworldly genius. The Romans weren't messing up the mix. They engineered an extremely dangerous chemical process called hot mixing. Instead of using slaked lime with water, they added boiling quicklime directly to volcanic ash under absurdly high temperatures. This extreme heat triggered chemical reactions that our cold mixing process simply cannot achieve. Those white chunks that scientists thought were garbage, they were the concrete's secret batteries. Their engineering wasn't about trying to force concrete to hold with iron bars. It was about mastering a thermal chemistry so advanced that our current engineers couldn't understand it for centuries. But building rigid blocks in regions with violent earthquakes created a massive problem. The earth shakes, the material undergoes stress, and inevitably microcracks begin to appear. For our modern concrete, a crack is a death sentence. Water gets in and destroys everything. And it was exactly to solve this that the Romans used those lime clasts. When a microscopic crack forms in Roman concrete, rainwater or seawater enters the fissure. But instead of destroying the structure, the water hits those white rocks of quicklime that had been lying dormant for centuries. This immediately triggers a chain chemical reaction. The water dissolves the lime, creating a calcium-saturated solution. And then something that looks like magic happens. The calcium crystallizes rapidly, completely filling the crack and gluing the concrete back together. They didn't just create a hard material, they developed the first self-healing concrete in human history. If the concrete breaks, it bleeds calcium and heals its own wounds. It was a living structure, mechanically and chemically designed to use the force of nature itself, rainwater, to repair itself forever. Today, when an overpass in your city cracks, Entire avenues are shut down. We bring in tractors, cranes, tear down tons of useless material, dump it in landfills, and spend millions to make a patch that will inevitably fail again in a few years. Our civil construction ecosystem is based on constant failure and planned obsolescence. Ancient humans didn't have the luxury of rebuilding their ports every generation. They needed stones that defied millennia. They absorbed the laws of geological chemistry and created something that nature took millions of years to make in just a few weeks. We build glass and steel megacities that grow fast, it's true. Our buildings touch the clouds and our concrete dries in a single day. But in the continuous process of trying to accelerate progress, we sold our structural immortality. We traded eternal durability for disposable speed. And in the end, we completely forgot the true essence of engineering, how to build something that outlives our own civilization.